Marilyn Monroe, born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926, was an iconic American actress and model. Known for her roles as the quintessential blonde bombshell, she became one of the most celebrated sex symbols of the 1950s and early 60s, symbolizing the era's sexual revolution. Marilyn was a top-billed actress for a decade, and her films grossed $200 million by the time of her untimely death in 1962, which is equivalent to $2 billion today. Long after her passing, Monroe continues to be a significant pop culture icon. In 1999, the American Film Institute honored her as the 6th greatest female screen legend from the golden age of Hollywood. Marilyn Monroe, born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926, was an iconic American actress and model. Known for her roles as the quintessential blonde bombshell, she became one of the most celebrated sex symbols of the 1950s and early 60s, symbolizing the era's sexual revolution. Marilyn was a top-billed actress for a decade, and her films grossed $200 million by the time of her untimely death in 1962, which is equivalent to $2 billion today. Long after her passing, Monroe continues to be a significant pop culture icon. In 1999, the American Film Institute honored her as the 6th greatest female screen legend from the golden age of Hollywood. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Marilyn Monroe spent most of her childhood in 12 foster homes and an orphanage before marrying James Dougherty at the age of 16. During World War II, while working in a factory, she met a photographer from the 1st Motion Picture Unit and embarked on a successful pin-up modeling career. This exposure led to brief film contracts with 20th Century Fox and Columbia Pictures. After a series of minor film roles, she signed a new contract with Fox in late 1950. Over the next 2 years, Monroe became a popular actress, featuring in several comedies like As Young as You Feel and Monkey Business, and dramas such as Clash by Night and Don't Bother to Knock. Despite facing a scandal for posing in nude photographs before she became a star, the controversy did not harm her career. Rather, it sparked even greater interest in her films. By 1953, Marilyn Monroe had become one of Hollywood's most marketable stars. She had leading roles in the film Noir Niagara, which overtly relied on her sex appeal, and in the comedies Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and How to Marry a Millionaire, both of which cemented her image as a dumb blonde. That same year, her nude photos became the centerfold and cover of the first issue of Playboy magazine. Throughout her career, Monroe played a significant role in crafting and managing her public image, although she often felt disappointed by being typecast and underpaid by the studio. Her dissatisfaction led to a brief suspension in early 1954 for refusing a film project. But she soon returned to star in The 7-Year Itch in 1955, which turned out to be one of the biggest box office hits of her career. Frustrated with the studio's reluctance to alter her contract, Marilyn Monroe founded her own film production company in 1954. She dedicated the year 1955 to building her company and began studying method acting under Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio. Later that year, Fox recognized her value and awarded her a new contract that provided more control over her roles and a larger salary. Her subsequent roles included a critically acclaimed performance in Bus Stop in 1956 and her first independent production in The Prince and the Showgirl in 1957. Monroe's efforts culminated in winning a Golden Globe for Best Actress for her role in Some Like It Hot in 1959, a film that was both a critical and commercial triumph. Her subsequent roles included a critically acclaimed performance in Bus Stop in 1956 and her first independent production in The Prince and the Showgirl in 1957. She won a Golden Globe for Best Actress for her role in Some Like It Hot in 1959, a critical and commercial success. Her last completed film was the drama The Misfits in 1961. Monroe's troubled private life received much attention as she struggled with addiction and mood disorders. Her marriages to retired baseball star Joe DiMaggio and to playwright Arthur Miller were highly publicized. Both ended in divorce. On August 4th, 1962, she died at age 36 from an overdose of barbiturates at her Los Angeles home. Her death was ruled a probable suicide. In recent decades, there have been a number of conspiracy theories about her death, most of which contend that she was murdered by John and or Robert Kennedy, with whom she allegedly had love affairs. These theories claim that the Kennedys killed her, or had her killed, because they feared she would make public their love affairs and other government secrets she was gathering. On August 4th, 1962, Robert Kennedy, then Attorney General in his older brother's cabinet, was in fact in Los Angeles. 2 decades after the fact, Monroe's housekeeper, Eunice Murray, announced for the first time that the Attorney General had visited Marilyn on the night of her death and quarreled with her. But the reliability of these and other statements made by Murray are questionable. A peek behind the curtain of Marilyn Monroe's home life. The Hollywood icon hopped around a lot throughout her 36 years. In her short life, actress Marilyn Monroe was certainly able to accomplish a lot on the silver screen. She also pulled off another impressive feat, living in more than 40 homes that we know of, ranging from mansions to hotel suites. Despite her growing wealth, the actress preferred short-term rentals rather than committing to purchasing a house. Here, take a peek inside a number of the icon's many homes, including the only one she ever actually owned.